Well, let's get into some of the specials because I'm really excited about what we have here today. Talk about, coin collecting and what you've seen as the most popular program in history in the last 10 to 15 years.
Well, interestingly enough, everybody here would think that I would say American Gold and Silver Eagles. I mean, people that are kind of in the know. I think kind of the astute collector has gone to that. But in all actuality, if you look at the market as a whole, there's never been a product like the state quarter program put out by the United States Mint. Nothing has ever even come close. According to the U.S. government's own statistics, 150 million Americans have collected or attempted to collect the state quarters. I would challenge you to find 150 million Americans that have agreed on anything else since 1999, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But 76% of Americans consider themselves to be coin collectors. The other 24% I don't think are admitting it. But the state quarters are by far the most popular numismatic collectible in the history of not only the United States Mint, but any mint worldwide. It's been unbelievable.
So 150 million Americans either collected or attempted to collect these coins. So let's talk about it. I mean, when you look at your sales on Home Shopping Network, what has been your most popular thing that you've been able to sell, and how much is it comprised?
Well, the state quarters, and particularly the gold-clad, gold-layered state quarters still remain to this day probably, 10% of my business. I remember in 1999, when the Delaware quarter came out, we had 10,000 of them that we'd loaded into the computer to sell on that day. And when we got to them, we thought there was a computer glitch because they were all gone. But we had mentioned them in the first hour. They sold 10,000 units without a presentation.
Which brings us
Delaware quarter.
Which brings us to our first special today that I'm going to bring out here. As I mentioned, I'm probably more excited about this set of coins than any that we've offered. Mike, talk a little bit about what we have here. This is the 1999 through 2009. This is 56 state quarters, okay? Now, talk about there we go. That's a little better. So you got 56
I've done this before.
That's why I bring the expert with me. So you got 56 coins. And tell us what we have here.
Well, basically, you have all of the state quarters. What we've done here is we've taken all 50 of the state quarters and the 6 territorial quarters from 2009. We take only gem brilliant uncirculated coins. We layer every one of them in 24-karat gold. Put them into their own acrylic holders that you see right here, and then put them into this solid wood display box. Now, as you look at it right here, this particular item, I've probably sold 300,000 of these, at the very least, maybe a little more. It remains to this day, probably the single best-selling coin thing I have is a 24-karat layered state quarter complete set, period.
So 24-karat gold layered on each coin. It comes with this box. Now, this box, by the way, guys, you got to see this complete wooden, it's a beautiful, beautiful display box. How much do you sell the box for on HSN?
$49.95 empty.
Okay, just empty. The box empty is $49.95.
The capsules empty are $24.95.
Just for 50?
Just for the 56 of these plastic, because these are special PVC-free capsules that we make here in the United States, actually, because they're special, very specially made acrylic. $25 for the empty capsules, $50 for this, $75 in packaging in this particular item. Now you know I've sold like 250,000 plus of them.
Yeah, so just the packaging of the coins is $75, and I'm sure you sell plenty of those. Now,
I sold them probably 3 weeks ago in 14 minutes, about 1,200 sets, something like that. Usually is kind of the standard thing. It's been that way for 13 years.
So if you look at this set, now you get all 50 state quarters and the 6 territorial quarters in 24-karat gold. Now, you can typically find this set out there in the marketplace selling for, I think the average retail is what, $238 or something
Yeah, somewhere
like
right
that?
around 230, 240.
If you look at the retail, about $238, $240, you can find it selling on other websites. How many of you guys out there would like to add this to your repertoire of coins, of products that you'd like to offer, huh? Do you think you'd know anybody that would want to buy one of these, that would want to own it? Now, hold on a second, though, Mike. This doesn't have, really, other than the small amount of layering that it has, it doesn't have really any precious metal in it, though.
There's no real intrinsic value in this. They're all layered in 24-karat gold, but you have to take that. You'd have to take that off to get that. But there's a fair amount of gold on there. I mean, not terribly.
But a
valuable.
lot of our reps are into really gold and silver. So how? Explain
understand, not everybody is as astute as you are, and want pure gold and silver, but 76% of Americans do want this. That's a guarantee. I've sold 300,000 sets. That leaves 149 million, 700,000 people that are still looking for their set. So you probably know some of them. So understand what happens is this is something that is, and while people can sense the intrinsic value of the layering, they understand the numismatic value. They understand the collectible value. This is something they can really get their hands on. This is something that they can share with their children, with their grandchildren. And so this is something that they can really, I think, get into, even if they don't want to do traditional, I think, astute gold and silver collecting.
Talk about the state quarters. Talk about how they were designed and then what we actually have on the back of the quarters.
Well, this was the regular quarter, and then for those of you that are unfamiliar, well, really what this is the United States government decides to commemorate every single state in the Union on the back of the venerable Washington quarter. They did 5 coins per year. Each coin was done for 10 weeks and 10 weeks only, then becoming a sold-out limited edition that by law could never be done again. As a matter of fact, at the end of the program, the government had to destroy all of the coins that they had remaining that had not been released. Now, the vast majority of all the coins were released directly into circulation, which, of course, forever destroys or impairs their long-term value. These are only gem brilliant uncirculated coins. They represent about the top 1 or 2% of coins that were made by the government. We then layer them, put them in here, and so what you have is a set that there can never be more of. So, for instance, for me to go out and do this, I have to find each one of these coins in gem brilliant uncirculated, somebody that put this away in '99, someone that put this away in 2000, 2001, 2002, put all that together, then put it in here, and that's why you see 238, and actually you can find them at quite a bit more out there, $500 or $600 if you don't have to look that hard to spend $600 on it.
Talk about what's on the back of the quarters, the short stories, the education, and
well, and that's what I like to, and for any of you that ever seen me on HSN, I describe this as 56 American short stories. And the reason is for one of the first times in the United States mint history, they let the states that were depicted on these coins determine the pictures or whatever was on these coins. So each state determined what was most important to them, and they put this on this coin. That's why you kind of have some odd things on these coins, but not odd to the people from those states. Some of them make sense, like the New Jersey coin, you have Washington crossing the Delaware. I think that makes sense. For any of you out there from Texas, the Lone Star State, that was kind of a no-brainer. But then you have some of them in here, particularly my favorite state quarter, the South Dakota state quarter, which actually, and I don't know if we can, it's too far away for you guys to see, but in the middle of it is Mount Rushmore. Now, Mount Rushmore is one of the great American treasures. There's a commemorative $50 and a commemorative $1 with Mount Rushmore on it, but this is the only quarter. On either side of it looks like the little wheat ears from a wheat ear penny from 1909 to 1958. And then the thing that just puts it over the top for me is flying over Mount Rushmore between the wheat ears is a pheasant. Now, if you're not from South Dakota, I don't know if you realize that that's so important to them, but you do now. And those are the things that I love about this, and I think this is the real captivating interest of this, is every single one of these coins tells that specific regional story, and that captures, I think, Americana unlike any other coin series that has ever been done, which is why this remains today the most collectible numismatic product on the planet, bar none, hands down.
And talk about, and I believe that when the Mint came out with this set, they actually came out with a curriculum for the schools. And
yeah, you go online. Any school teacher in the United States could have had a curriculum written for them where they could teach American history based on the state quarters.
And we talk a lot about that in our presentation. I talk about how these coins that we collect can be used to teach our kids history and art and educate them on precious metals and the value of collecting things. But there's nothing that you could collect that we've ever had at Numis Network that teaches history, especially American history, like these coins right here. So that's why I'm so excited about this set, because it's one of those things where you're not getting one coin, you're getting 56 coins in one set. As far as a display, it's awesome for when you're doing PBRs or when you're showing somebody our business. It just takes it to the next level. So the retail value at Numis on this product that you will be able to sell it to the marketplace at, that you will be able to offer this to people. Let's say you have an in-home party and you have people that come over and they don't want to get in the business, but they love this set and they want to buy it. Well, you can sell it to them right there for $149. $149, that's our retail value. But the show special today for you guys, the show special today, now I would tell you that what I would do is I would have 3 or 4 or 5 of these on hand as inventory, because the show special for these sets today is $99. 99 bucks for the entire set. Guys, the packaging is $75 by itself. So $99, and like I said, you can get 5, you can get think about this. You should get it, I think you should get at least 3. Why should you get 3? Sell 2 and yours is free, right? You sell 2 for $149 each and you've got yours for free. Real simple. So you definitely want to have these as an inventoried product. Also, we have them here today, so if you get them today, you save on shipping. Sorry guys online, you don't get the savings on shipping. But the folks that are here, we actually have this set here. Now, we only have a limited number here today, so it's definitely first come, first serve. But you can save on the shipping cost by picking them up here today.
And let me give everybody a very quick sales tool. This is how you sell this set. It's pretty simple. You go just like this, and you hand it to somebody and let them open it up. Then tell them it's $149. I
mean,
when someone opens this up, there is always like, there's just no sound. They look at this and then they start trying to pick the coins out, and you can do that because of the acrylic holder. They go, well, what is this coin right here? And why is that like that? As you can see with the gold, and it's 24 karat gold on all those. They're all uncirculated condition. So the key to this is it reaches everybody. Like I said, not everybody may want to be as smart as you guys and collect gold and silver coins, solid gold and silver coins, but everybody wants to have a place marker, in essence, what this is. Kind of a history or lesson in American history. Everybody, this appeals to everybody. It's just basically, kind of another bullet in your sales gun is really what it comes down to. So that everybody has something that'll appeal to them.
This is like a bazooka. Adding that. But it comes with this sheet that tells you exactly the order that they should be in. Now, there's one coin in particular in here, and I showed this to a couple of leaders. And when I showed it to the leaders, I asked them, how much is this, you think this is worth? How much do you think this would cost? And one told me $1,000, and one told me $500 before they knew the price. That's the reaction that you're going to get from your prospects and from people that you're talking to when you show them this, and they see this in this wooden case. They're going to believe that this is worth $500 to $1,000, and they're not going to believe it when it's only $149. So this, I believe, is going to take your sales and take your business to the next level. I'm so excited to have this product on board. It's awesome. So that's our first product. What do you guys think?
One last final thought. When I sold these originally back in 99, 2000, 2001, I did a thing called an auto ship program. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, where every year when the coins come out.
Have you guys ever heard of auto ship? Mike does that too.
Yeah. Oh, in 2005, in the state quarter program for the 5 quarters, at $19.95 for the 5 quarters, I had 300,000 people in auto ship at $20 a year. By the way, in 2009, we had completed about 65% of the people stayed in the program for 11 years. It's unheard of.
Think about that, guys.
11 years.
If you're building your Numis business, think about if you could, for our leaders, think about that retention rate. For 11 years, 65% of the people stayed on auto ship for 11 years. Anybody ever heard of that kind of retention rate in network marketing? It's unbelievable. So this is the type of products that you're going to see us coming out with. This is the first of something that we're going to be introducing coming out over the next several months that you're going to see. But guys, you definitely want to pick this up and pick up as many as you want. But I would have multiples to sell and make money. Each one that you sell at retail, you make $50. So we've just added $50 to your compensation plan. Who likes more money? Yeah. Automatically, $50 every time you sell one retail. So that's the first special today. And I tell you, when Mike showed me this, and we went over this a couple of months ago, I just knew that this was going to be a great fit for our company.